So now, how do we go ahead and replace all of these things? Um, Now, my first thought was regular expressions, but I haven't taught that to you yet. And that's actually just a bit too, that's more than we need for this. What we're going to do is like, because of the way this is structured, we have words here. So, plural noun. The only thing that's really weird is going to be this one over here where we've got a comma. So, what we're going to say is, actually, it's not going to be weird at all. So, what we're going to do is that we are going to basically iterate over this. And let's see, line. So watch what happens if we do line is equal to line dot split. Right, this splits it over the white space. So print a line. The minister said that for noun, so notice that noun's all by itself. First name, that's together. That's going to make it tricky, unfortunately. So for right now, anything that has been, let's see. So open folder over here. So for right now, to make that useful, anything that basically that we've got like this, I'm going to just go and underscore, because really regular expressions would be the best way for handling this, but right now I'm just going to say underscores everywhere. That way, when we go through it, it's all going to be detected as one word, as opposed to being split like that. Okay, so Sir, first name Pierce, noun, governmental direction, verb past tense. So that now will work with my initial plan here, which is, we can say for word in line, if word 0, okay, you can do it. I know you can. Here we go. Not sure what's going on there. If word 0 is equal to, if word 0 is equal to open bracket, then the next thing to do is then we can just print out the word just to kind of show that we found it. Okay, so run this. So now noun, first name, plural name, direction, verb past tense, plural noun, crop, plural noun. Okay. So now what we can say is that for each of these, we want the user to replace the word, right? So we can say, hey, if we found, right, because an open bracket indicates the beginning of one of these over here. So if there's an open bracket, we want to ask the user for something. So let's say, so we've got and the only thing over here is that we've got a comma, but I'll address that later. Okay? If word, nope, input word is equal, lib is equal to input, please enter str please enter a word. Okay. Please enter a word. And now it will say, please enter a noun. Ball. Please enter a first name. Corey. Okay, so this will work now. Now what we have to do, so now we've got this, we've identified all the words that are coming through here. Please enter a word. Let's go ahead and plus tab to prettify it up. So now the idea here is, how do we replace that word? So we've got our line, and what we're going to go and say is new line is equal to an empty string. And what we're going to do is that as we go through, we're going to say new line is equal to what we currently have in the new line plus word. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through, slap everything onto the new line, and then when we're done, we're going to print new line out to show what the changes are. Okay, this will change quite a bit as we go through it. So new line is equal to blank for word in the new line. If the word is equal to the bracket, please enter a word. And then new line is equal to new line. So here, if we're asking them for a word, will it work if I just simply say lib word is equal to the lib? And it won't. It will kind of, but at the same time, it's going to give me some issues, right? But it's going to be close. Please enter a noun. So the minister of Verbolonga, so Pierce. So it looks like we will need to, since we were splitting on space, we removed all of our spaces, so we're going to have to add a space back in here. Oh, and then please enter a plural noun. That's why it hadn't finished yet. So, also, let's go ahead and terminate again and run it and see what happens. Please enter a noun. Taco. Guy. The minister for Taco says, Sir Guy Pearce said today that acting on the information on which it appeared in the Easter Press, please enter a plural noun. Personnel of the military forces with wiffle bats should have been provided. Please with wiffle bats which had been provided. So we're missing. So we cut out our comma over here. At the request of the state government of left Australia. So it's kind of annoying to have all these breakups in there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say our output is equal to empty. And what we're going to do is that we get our new line. And rather than printing it out, what we're going to say is new line dot what we're going to say is output is equal to new line plus an actual new line on it. And what this will do is that basically we'll do all our output at once. So please enter a noun. First name, Roman. Direction, up, verb past tense, Eden, plural noun. Plural round. Rhinos, crops. Enter a plural noun. Oh. Personal armed with lagoons. Oh, output plus new line, so should be output is equal to output plus new line plus the new line itself. A. So, Minister for A, Sir A. Pierce said today, acting on information. So, I'm armed with the A. So notice that basically over here we're missing a period, and then we're also missing a comma over here. Because, again, when we are splitting, the way it was working is that when we split, we get... the space was after this plural noun. So the comma goes attached to that. So what we need to do is, that's a fairly easy check. Word is equal to lib. If word minus 1 equals to the close bracket, then that makes sense. We can just say replace the word with a lib. And then else, it doesn't end with that, so it ends with something else. Never a dull movement here, right? So, let's go ahead and see. So never a dull moment here. So what do we need to do? We need to... Oh, yeah. We were here. So if word is equal to this, else word... Otherwise, word is equal to lib plus whatever was at the end, whatever punctuate. So this means basically it does not end with a punctuation mark, so it's okay to replace it directly. Otherwise, it ended with a punctuation mark, so we should probably replace it with the word with the actual thing, with a replacement, plus whatever the punctuation mark was. So now this should work fully. Army. First name, Ambrose. Plural noun, tornadoes. Direction, down. Verb past tense. Ran, enter a plural noun. Lasers, crop. Rice, and plural noun. Let's see. Horses. Mr. Army Sir Ambrose Pierce said today, acting on information which appeared in the Eastern press with regard to the use of personnel of military forces with tornadoes, which have been provided by the request of the state government of Down, Australia, and farmers whose crops were being ran by the incursion of large number of lasers into the outer fringe of the rice belt of that state. He had withdrawn the personnel armed with the horses. Somebody needs to teach this person how to write a sentence using more than one period. But there you go. We've got the basics of a Mad Lib program out there. So next thing I'm going to do a slightly more amusing exercise.